Hey everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. And I prepared another tutorial for you guys, another session. This time I choose another reference, okay, not a parkour shot, but actually a volleyball service. And I want to take a look very quickly at the video reference with you guys and explain why I found out this one to be very, very interesting in terms of body mechanic. You see, this one over here, I love it because we are starting the position from zero, right? The character being still. So I think it's gonna be very interesting starting the acceleration here to the body, you know, taking up speed at the same time while it's catching up speed. Is doing another gesture, which is basically throwing the ball in the air. So basically, it's blending two gestures at the same time, catching up speed, getting on the anticipation ready for the jump. He has this big exaggerated jump, the slam here, and then we have all the body mechanics about jumping from the, landing from the jump, and then actually a few steps to recover the, the energy, okay, and settling down. So I think this mechanic is going to be very interesting. Today we're going to start with the very main blocking, okay? But this time I want to do something a little bit different, guys. Let me explain what I mean. So usually, when I do the main blocking, I will start with the main exaggerated pose, okay? But this time, because there is so much going on, there is this throwing the ball in the air while at the same time is walking and jumping and everything. Some of my students get a bit confused where what kind of key they need to find out in the reference, okay, and what they should key and post first. So I will tell you for something like this, very first pass that I like to do is actually is going into the and study the step or the contact position, okay. So if you're gonna go one by one, this is gonna be the starting position here, okay, you cannot escape from that. Then we have the first one, the first step here. As you can see, there is the first contact of the feet, and then we'll go to the second one, okay. You see it's going the next feet. This is the last frame where this feet is on contact, okay. And then we have the next one over here. This is the last frame where this feet here is on the ground. Then we have the next one over here. This is like 3 or 4 frames later, where the front foot, the right foot is contacting the ground. Then we have again same things. The contact position for the left foot, which is also part of the anticipation. It's not exactly the right frame. And then we have last frame where this foot is having a contact on the ground. We have the anticipation here. We have this one. Actually, I didn't do the full smash. What I did, I was looking in this case because now it's jumping. I was looking what the highest point of the jump, okay, which is around this frame over here, okay. Then the next one, I went to the extreme pose of the smash. Then again, frame of the contact for the landing, compression. See, now that both of the feet are on the ground, I went with as an extreme. I went to the to the anticipation, because again, guys, the landing could actually be the anticipation for the next step. And again, moving on, we have the contact position here, the contact position here for the other foot, and this one. Okay, and the reason why I choose this approach, because when the character is moving forward so much, what I like to do is to have an idea where my character is gonna end up into the scene, okay, into the 3D scene. Forget about it for my tutorial now. It's an empty scene. I can create for whatever I want. But in production, especially if you have an environment or something like that, it's good to have a very general idea of where your character is gonna end up. Okay, so in case you do some mistake, it's easy to fix. In case you made some mistakes and you want to have some adjustment, okay, you don't have too many poses. So I already created the first 2 poses, guys, and we're gonna do all the other one. So very quickly here, I did the first contact, and I'm gonna move now directly to the next one. As usual, as you can see, I'm in step mode. Okay, I always start with the feet. Okay, guys. I'm gonna move over here. I want to talk about now very quickly the up and down of the body. Think is look like it's slightly lower, okay. And this one we're gonna put it over here. As you can see, it's not entirely stretched, okay. And I like to make sure this foot is kind of rotated. Okay, it's gonna, I'm gonna balancing the body. Okay, it's always important to take a look all the axes. Okay, guys. Really pushing this. And anytime I do a new poses, guys, I like to reset the spine. Okay, guys, or most of the controller whenever I can. Okay, you see how it's twisting the torso because it's leaning forward with the other arm. Look like to me it's slightly lower. Okay. Now stretch. We can reduce a little bit the foot roll. Okay. And again, resetting the shoulder and pushing it forward. Also, this is a good exercise because you don't want to go into any gimbal lock. Okay. So it's very easy to go gimbal lock, guys. So it's always good to reset. At this point, it looks like the ball could be already in the air. And it looks like to me the spine is kind of reverse. Okay, so you want to do this. Okay, pushing forward. Look how the neck and the head is looking up. Okay, because obviously it's looking at the ball in the air. Pushing this one forward. Make sure we don't exaggerate. We break the rig. So for this first pass, I'll try to go as fast as I can. Okay. So this time I try to go really step by step, guys, just to show you my workflow. Apologize if it gets quite sometimes, but that's what happens when you animate, right? When you're into the zone, let's call it like this, guys, you now don't worry about this, okay? I parent this one, we're gonna make it disappear later on. I'm not worried about. I just had a parent constraint, okay? So I don't want you to focus about this right now. I'm only focusing mostly on the pose of the character, okay? And this one is kind of going down. Okay, and it's okay when you do this first pass, your pose do not look perfect. What I'm looking at the moment, what I'm watching, as I mentioned already, guys, is at the distance that the character is covering. Okay. The reason why I want to do that is, as I mentioned before, if I do a mistake, at least I didn't spend so much time to do those poses. You know what I mean? Okay. Just this one. Okay, reduce the foot roll. it looks like it's almost in the same height, a little bit higher maybe, okay? Raising, and again, we are looking at where the character is going. Reduce the rotation, reduce the hip. And adjust this one, reduce it to 0. Okay. Okay, this is the moment where it's pushing all the arms behind because of the, it needs to gain energy, okay, for the jump. It's preparing, so all the both arms, it seems to be kind of behind, and you see how the head is still looking up, okay. I won't worry, of course, at this stage, guys, as you can imagine. I won't worry at all about the face expression or some of the fingers detail. As you can see, I'm not really worried at all about those things, because that's not the point of this first step. And I think this one has also started to go back. Not as much as the other one, because when we're gonna do the breakdown, we're gonna start to refine all those things, okay? Okay, now this is the other part where we're gonna go to the ground. And I'm gonna study the up and down. A little bit lower again. Okay, we're gonna remove this one, the foot roll. Personally, when I have the foot in the air, I rather use this controller. Okay, this is personal preference. I know everybody does in a different way. This is just me. Okay. Okay. And continue to push, as you can see, so keep pushing here. Okay. And I'm assuming this one is continue to push as well. Okay. So I'm trying to see now if all the steps kind of started to make sense. Okay. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, this gap is much smaller. But see, what I'm looking right now is that between these two foot, it looks like it's almost on the same spot, while here is pushing much forward. If I look at the reference, I focus on this foot here, the gap is much bigger. So it means I didn't push well enough Okay. And that's sometimes what the what some of my students struggle, you know. They the character always change speed in the middle of a run. And now again, we're gonna go here, reduce this one, and really compress this. Okay. So it's slightly unbalanced. So you want to take a look, the line of the butt here is kind of matching the one of the heel. That's what you want to focus. Okay. And this line kind of being forward. Okay. And obviously we need to start to adjust things here. Okay. Always important to look in perspective, what's going on. And adjusting the hip here. You see how it's compressing? It's pushing with the butt now. So the butt is, the hip is compressing right here. Okay. Let me reset for a moment here because it looks like kind of broken. Okay. Raising this up. Okay, adjusting the torso here. Moving the other arms forward. So I need to raise this part a bit more. And now again, this is going to be a really interesting pose, I would say. Okay. I want to adjust everything about this. Reset everything here. Resetting those controller. And started to create a nice, appealing line of action. Okay. really push in this. See how this shoulder is much higher. Okay, adjusting very quickly in the hands over here. This one goes really high. See, we started to prepare for the anticipation. Basically, that's what it's happening here. Okay. Okay. See, I'm already pushing here for the neck. Or really look up forward. Okay. It's looking really up. Okay. Again, guys, we will adjust those poses. We'll improve them uh, later on. Okay. So don't get worried about it right now. Okay, let's continue. So the next one is the full anticipation. Okay, guys. And again, I'm trying to find out the gap. I can try to push it a bit more. Really pushing the leg like this. Open them on the side. Same here. I hope you guys notice when you start to get used to this, um, it won't take very long to do the first pass of blocking, and it shouldn't take very long because at this stage you should be very familiar on what you're looking for. The able to do the main key poses, without wasting too much time. You should know what kind of controller you should use and touch. Okay. You should know when also the important things I would say, you should know when is the time to uh, put quality in your blocking, and when you're doing a very rough blocking like this one, because again you're just testing things very quickly and things will change, right? So I know eventually at some point I will improve this pose. Okay, I will adjust the line of action, right? So now I'm not gonna go into details. Okay. Of course, that doesn't mean your post needs to be complete, really ugly, okay? Because then it still defeats the purpose of of the even main blocking. Okay, still want to make sure that people understand what you're doing. Okay. So when I'm looking from this one, it looks like my character is not jumping enough. If I look at the reference, boom, boom, boom. Okay. See, because there is a big gap from this. Okay. And then there was not enough. Um, Now it feels better. Okay, the gap, the energy, it feels bigger, definitely. Okay, I'm saying things here very quickly. Uh, See how it's moving really forward. Boom. Maybe a little bit behind. Okay, and again we're gonna reset everything. Okay, here moving the weight on the side. Right, take this controller here. And see what's going on. Okay. Okay, move this one forward here. I want to keep it a nice stretch. Just in the line of action here. Oops, I accidentally chose the finger. Time to reset those controller as well. Okay, started to look kind of broken. Okay, rotate this up. And now the thing is what's happening is the neck is counterbalancing the you know the spine. Okay. And I think here. Okay. Boom, boom. And this one, see? Here is now when it started to go down. And okay. And this feet started to come forward. Okay. Okay, I think this is more central. And now here is tilted more to the side. I feel like, Another reason why I decided to do this, guys, is because I realized when I talk with some of my students or other people anyway, they sometimes they send me message or things like that. They always have this perception that when they look at demo reel on the internet, on even one of my tutorials, and they see the final animation looks so good. The looks some of my tutorial, I only show the part that I'm actually useful for the tutorial. I usually normally cut mistakes or things a bit unpolished, okay, and they feel a bit defeated because to them it look like oh, Alessandro, when other people doing it looks so good, I never made mistake. No, that's actually it's not true. Everybody does mistake, even professional. It's not that they do it perfect on the first trial, okay? Unless obviously they're doing something simple like a walk cycle. That's something they've done hundreds of times, okay? But anytime you're facing a new um, how do you say, a new animation or something, there are always new things that you're learning, okay, and always things that constantly readjust all the time, okay. So today I want to show you this one, which is a bit less polished because we're going to go little by little, step by step, okay, guys. And so you can see also my approach, how do I think certain things and why I do certain things as well, okay. So it's not that always anytime I approach a new pose, it needs to be perfect right from the start. Okay, because if I realize that there is something wrong with the mechanic, or as I said, there is something in the environment that can interfere with my animation, then I'm just wasting times. Okay. And again, down here now we are landing. Okay, set a key on everything. Adjust the rotation. Full throttle is gonna be pretty high. Same here. Obviously, we are gonna go down here. Okay, just this very quickly. And this one is slightly higher. So that means for this one is we can still keep it like this. Okay. And adjusting this, relaxing the shoulder. Okay, and I'm pretty sure you're noticing right now that the more advanced with the pose, you also get faster. Okay, guys. I think they're kind of behind. Okay. Okay, so now that we have done the jump, the other things we want to take a look, okay, is the trajectory, okay, because now we are doing the blocking following the following the reference, but we never bother to actually take a look if the but actually we never bother to take a look, and it seems so far we did a very clean job. Okay, okay, seems a very nice and smooth arc. Maybe a tiny bit forward because of the momentum. Okay, okay, boom, and we can go and kill it. Okay, and now again we can go here. Okay, we can reduce all this. And I think I didn't realize that it's not touching the ground actually. Okay, one more time. Reset everything here. Go down here. And I always take a look from this. Never forget to look from this angle, okay, guys, as well. Always forgot, for a moment I forgot to look on camera. It's true that we will adjust later, but we should be able to push those things here. Okay. And what we can do now, adjust this, because anytime you bend on your knee, okay, let's adjust this very quickly. Okay. I think that both arms are kind of twin almost for a moment. Okay, try to keep this up, coming down. Okay. Okay, boom, boom. Okay. And now some things that I've done for the last few steps here. Okay. I'll go here. Okay. Just this. Foot roll, really pushing this forward. Okay. Slightly leaning forward like this. Okay. Spine also arching a tiny bit forward. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing how the arms are kind of going up a little bit. Okay. The elbow are pointing outside. Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can lean this one like this. Just on the upper other way around. And this one straight like this. Um, okay. Okay, it's a little bit bent. Okay, it's almost hopping. Okay. And the next step as well, we're gonna do same things all over again. Actually, sometimes when I want to do very quickly, things very quickly, okay? I'm gonna do this just to finish up things, okay? Pushing this a little bit, adjust the hip because that's what drives the, um, you know, the movement and everything. So this one needs to be pushed a little bit more forward. Okay. almost stretching. This on the ground. Oh, it's not entirely there. It means I made a mistake before. Oh no, here it's kind of fine. Okay. And the same things again. Very quickly. See, I'm not doing the arms or anything. I'm just doing very, very quickly the rest of the pose. Okay. Okay. It's a bit out of frame. As you can see, it's a bit out of frame here. It's something I will adjust later on. But if we're going through everything, okay, we start with the first pose here. We did all the contact. First contact here. Second one. Okay. Step forward. Coming down, contact with the other foot. Okay. Anticipation here. Boom. Stretching. Contact here again. Last contact for this foot. Anticipation. Hit. Actually, here is hitting this extreme up and down. Okay, on the hip. Start to come down. Okay. Boom. Contact with the foot. Extreme on the coming down. Contact here, first step, last one, and second one. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, so as you can see, in less than an hour, I've done my first rough blocking. And as I mentioned, this is not going to be the final one. In another video, we're going to polish this. But I wanted to do this to clarify for all of you and even some of my students that, sometimes it's okay to do something, a first pass like this in an hour or even less if you can, just to have a rough idea if you're going to the right direction. Or sometimes if the scene is even more complicated, is involving different props or stuff like that, just to spot very early potential problem, and maybe you have to redo your own reference or you do have to replan your own animation. Okay, so that's always a good approach that I will suggest you to do. Okay, guys, so I'll see you next time, and we will study a proper blocking for the first part of the video. Okay, see you next time. Ciao, guys.